If you have been searching for the perfect dessert for any occasion and one that will satisfy all of those chocolate cravings, this recipe is for you. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be making a 3-layer chocolate mousse cake. This is a foolproof recipe, it's super easy, and everybody can make it. Let's get started. We are going to start off by making our chocolate mousse. For the chocolate mousse, you are going to need 2 cups of heavy cream, 1/4 cup of sugar, and I've also mixed in about a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla powder in here, 1 1/4 cup of chocolate, which is about 10 ounces, and 2 eggs. We are going to grab a saucepan, preferably one with a thicker bottom to avoid burning. We are going to put it on low heat and then add our sugar, vanilla, and eggs. We are going to whisk this mixture until it becomes foamy and turns into a pale yellow color. And we are going to raise the temperature to medium heat on the stove and then add 1 cup of our heavy cream, which is half of what we need for the chocolate mousse. So you should be left with another 1 cup and just set that aside. Whisk this all together for about 5 minutes and make sure to stir constantly and do not let the mixture boil. Your mixture should thicken and coat the back of a spoon. If your mixture is coating the back of a spoon, it means that it is ready for you to add your chocolate, and you're going to whisk to combine that all together. Make sure you don't overmix your chocolate, and once it is all combined, you set the mixture aside and wait for this to cool completely. After giving it a few minutes to cool, I will then put this mixture into the fridge. While we wait for our chocolate mixture that we just made on the stove to cool, we are going to start on our chocolate cake layer. Before we get started with our chocolate cake layer, we are going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are going to prepare our 9-inch cake pan. We are going to butter the bottom and the sides and also line it with parchment paper on the bottom and the sides. For the chocolate cake layer, you are going to need 1 cup of sifted flour and 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder, which is about 3/8 cup. You are going to need 1 egg, 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil or sunflower oil or extra virgin olive oil, whatever you have. I am using sunflower oil for today. 1/4 cup of coffee, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and a little bit of vanilla powder or vanilla extract, and 1/4 cup of light cream or milk. For the cake batter, we are going to start by combining our dry ingredients. We have the flour, cocoa powder, sugar, baking powder, salt, and vanilla powder, and then we are going to whisk to combine. Next, we will add our wet ingredients. We will start off with the coffee mixture. I made this with a tablespoon of instant coffee and 1/4 cup of hot water. Then we are going to add our light cream, oil, and the egg. Mix until combined and make sure to not overmix your batter. Once we are done making our batter, we are going to add it into our lined and buttered 9-inch cake pan. For today's cake pan, I'm going to be using a cheesecake cake pan with a removable top. I have buttered the bottom and sides of the pan as well as lined the bottom and sides with parchment paper. Make sure to level out the top of your batter in the cake pan, and then we are going to put it into our preheated oven, which is 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 18 to 20 minutes or until a toothpick that is inserted comes out clean. Now that our cake is baking, we are going to go back to making our chocolate mousse and finishing it up. So we are going to take the remaining amount of heavy cream and we are going to whip it up till we get stiff peaks, and we are going to mix in that chocolate mixture that we made on the stove. With that chocolate mixture, you definitely want to make sure it's completely cooled. After mine cooled down a little bit, I even put it in the fridge, and then we are going to mix it in with that heavy cream that we are going to whip up, and that will finish our chocolate mousse. We are going to mix the remaining 1 cup of heavy cream that we have for our chocolate mousse until it thickens and we see stiff peaks. And then we are also going to whip up our cooled chocolate mixture that we made earlier. And after both the heavy cream and the chocolate mixture are whipped up, we can add that chocolate into the heavy cream in small increments while we fold it all in with the spatula. And that completes your decadent, delicious chocolate mousse. We are going to set it aside in the fridge while we prepare the rest of our cake. The last thing that we have to make for our cake will be our chocolate ganache. For the chocolate ganache, you are going to need 6 ounces of chocolate chips, which is 1 cup, half cup of heavy cream, and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Add your butter and heavy cream to your saucepan that is on low to medium heat and whisk until that butter is melted. Once you see that your butter has melted, you can turn off the heat for your pan or even take it off of the stove completely and add your chocolate. Whisk until the mixture is smooth, and then we can set the chocolate aside to cool. Once our cake has cooled, something that I did off camera was soak the top of the cake with some coffee. You can even use milk as well to bring back some moisture into the cake. Then we are going to add our cold chocolate mousse and then top it off with the chocolate ganache. Then we are going to chill our cake in the fridge overnight. It's a new day, the sun is shining, and I already know this is going to be a good day, you guys. We are going to be taking our cake out of our cake pan. It has been chilling overnight. I am so excited to see how this looks. This might be a bit of a tricky process, but we are going to start by removing the top of our cake pan and then lift up our whole cake to remove the parchment paper on the bottom. Then you can remove the parchment paper on the side of the cake, and then we can get creative and start decorating. I had some leftover chocolate ganache, so I melted that down a little bit and used that as part of my decoration because who wouldn't want even more chocolate on this amazing cake? And of course, I decided to add even more chocolate. We are definitely not skimping out on it. This is the perfect cake for all of you chocolate lovers out there, including myself. We are going to cut a slice of this cake and see what the inside looks like. You just can't go wrong with a cake that looks this good. I mean, come on, look at those layers. This cake came out beautifully, and it's time for us to give it a taste test. Happy dances all day long with this cake. This has to be the ultimate chocolate lover's cake. I don't think anything else can top this. I'm so excited for you guys to try this recipe out for yourselves. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more exciting videos. Thanks for watching.